So well done, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's our little midweek check-in, using our own body weight to massage into those tight spots and holding the poses for long extended periods to get into those deeper layers. So using the magic of gravity and the pushing against the floor to give that kind of myofascial release and massage effect to the body. So you can always adapt and move slightly into the tight spots. You don't have to mirror the same shape that I may be demonstrating. Take a moment then just to find, we're going to be seated for the first few poses. So just come to a comfortable sitting position. Maybe sit your bottom on a cushion. This will help to tilt the pelvis forward. The legs can be crossed, they can be butterfly, one foot in front of the other, or you can be kneeling if you prefer. So let's go here. And just take a moment just to release the shoulders up and back and down, and kind of give yourself a big sigh out. And let go of the day. Choosing where your arms want to be, up, a hand mudra, yin and yang dish, whatever feels good, or grounded over the knees. And as you take a moment or two there, just to settle in. And again, if you're feeling like you're slumping, just rock and roll into the pelvis and release the spine a few more times. And then settle in. Chin parallel to the floor. Take a moment or two now just to come into that inner landscape. Let's do a quick check-in all the way down the right side of the body. So from the top of the head, down the side of the ear, face, jaw, neck, all the way down that right arm. And then from the armpit all the way down to the hips. Think about each part of the spine on the right side, just checking in. How is that feeling? And then from your hip all the way down your leg and out down your right toes. And you can take your breath with you if you like, as we breathe in, gentle ujjayi breathing, like a wave-like breath. And from the left top of head all the way down the side of the face, the jaw, the neck, down that left arm, out through the fingertips, just opening up the chi energy, down from the armpit all the way down to hip, all the way down that left side of spine, and then from the hip all the way down and out. Checking in. What have we brought with us today? Where are those tight spots, those knots, those restrictions? Bring your hands to prayer and let's set a nice intention for today. Maybe you're working with a mantra or your New Year's intention until it comes true. And just take a little bow just to kind of feel grateful for this time together on the mat. And then when you're ready in your own time, slowly release. We're going to come to our first shape. So our first shape is two things in one. The option is a toe stretch, okay? And then we're going to do a lean forward. Now, I struggle to do a toe stretch and a lean forward. So I personally would grab my two blocks and we're going to turn the palms down. Now, you might not be able to do the toe stretch for too long. So you might lift them under and try not to push your weight too far over those wrists. So just use the balance there. If it's too much balance, then just relax down, or maybe just use the floor. You could even get your bolster and use your bolster like a little bit of a table as well, and then just settle back. Just because obviously I'm able to do it like this, but your arms might be out. It just depends on your skeletal variation. We're going to hang out here for a couple of minutes. So settle in, deciding if you want to add the toe stretch in. So that's where all of our yin meridians start, at the toes. And we're opening up the chi energy. A little bit of metal element sequence this evening for you all. Now, once you first get in, especially if you're doing the toe stretch, it's really important. If that toe stretch overcomes the opening through the front of the arms and from the hands, then just ease out of it. Now the mind may be really busy still. It may be really hard to switch straight into that yin mindset. So maybe just come to counting the breaths, or inhale positivity and I exhale out any strain or pain, negative energy. And you can just repeat that with each inhale and exhale. Just slowing down the monkey mind, giving him something to do. Again, closing down eyes can help you just go in a little deeper. Quite a strong one if you're using the toe stretch. Remember, just back off if the toe stretch gets too much and just stick with what you're doing. And you can change position slightly. You can add it down onto the floor if you get comfortable, if your bottom touches your heels. If it doesn't, don't worry. Remember, when we're kneeling, we can always place something under the bottom here as well. So you could be sitting on a block or your bolster. Now, a lot of you work from home, so this is a great one. We're opening up all the tension along that inner arm. Lots of stimulation for the wrist, so that feeling of repetitive strain. A few more breaths here. And then what we're going to do is come really, really slowly out. So if you've done your toe stretch, come out of your toe stretch. And then slowly, slowly peel the palm of the hands off the floor. Hold the fingertips for a second and you'll feel all that chi energy, quite energetic. And you might just want to give a little shake. Kind of like you're shaking away any negative talk, any doubt, any negative energy. And then just take a moment, just rest the hands now on the thighs, palms up. And take a little rebound just here. Just enjoy this moment. How's that feeling? Is it tingling? A little bit of heat? Again, every so often a sigh, a yawn. Let go of what you're holding on in the body and in the mind. Now, just before, because we're going to stay kneeling or cross-leg, you might just want to stretch the legs back just for a moment, just to release all that chi through the knees. So stomach and spleen. Now the next one, we can stay at kneeling or crossed. So we're going to do the opposite way round now. We're going to try and take our wrists by the knuckles by the waistline. This is called rooster, or it can be called seagull pose. I've never heard it called seagull pose. So this is just a different alternative. You might be quite high up or quite low down. And again, just get comfortable in that sitting position. If you prefer to lean your back next to a wall or your couch, just to support your back a little bit if you're cross-legged. And again, just notice how this one is. It's quite an intense one again. Getting that nice extension of the wrists. Try to keep the spine nice and long. So there'll be a tiny engagement as you inhale of your pelvic floor. That's a natural occurrence of the body. And breathe into the ribs. Feel them expand with each inhalation. And as we exhale, that contraction, that nipping in of ribs naturally occurring. Again, remember, never holding too long. If you feel like there's a battle going on, it feels too painful, the body's resisting it, then just back off, ease out. Just come to a rebound a bit earlier. A few more breaths. Just observing that flow in and out. It's quite nice to hold around the ribs like this as well, bringing that connection to breath. Our lungs are the master of our chi. And then slowly, slowly release the hands. And again, you might just relax, lie straight down into a rebound, or you may need to flick a little tiny bit, but it might be too much to flick. Just see, whatever feels kind of right for you. So now, option to stay kneeling. And again, a few other options for kneeling are to sit with your bolster. So your pelvis and seating bones have got a little support, or grab a block. Now your knees could be out or could be in. Stay cross-legged if you want to. We're now going to do, it's called graceful bow. We're going to stretch one arm out to the side, and then we're going to take the other hand round to hook it. And then where the arm is bent, we're going to go ear to shoulder. Oh, that's really intense. Felt that straight away. So just ease in. Don't go straight down like I did. Just take an inch in, hold. Spend a few moments there. So you've basically got this going on. That's it. Now you could lift your chin a little bit, get into that levator scapula, and just breathe from the side of the head, jaw, all the way sat down the side of the neck. Extend out through the fingertips. And if it's been a particularly stressful January for you, I know loads of us have been booking flights and speaking to BA. So if you've had a lot of stress, you might feel extra tense in your neck and shoulders today. If you didn't lift your chin, try that option, see how that feels. And just observe how that extended arm, I can feel quite a lot of energy going up and down this arm here. So maybe you're feeling the same. Notice if there's any change in the breath, that's always an indication to back off. Now gently come back to center. The head's going to feel really heavy. So super, 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 super slow. Release the hand. Hold for a moment. Take a few breaths there at the center, lengthening the spine back to center. And just instinctively, a few shoulder rolls may feel really nice. All the way up and all the way back. Good. And then go the other way. Round, back and down. Good. All the way up, round, back and down. Okay, so now stretch the other hand out. Hook the other one. Take a moment there, breathe. And then we'll take the ear slowly, ear to the opposite side. Now, if you're feeling a bit wonky and you can't get the position, then maybe your spine isn't long enough. So reset. Try again. If this is upsetting you and it's not feeling comfortable, change your seating position. Again, how does it feel to lift the chin slightly? If it's putting any pressure on the back of the neck, then just release it back forward. Find your spot. Again, just observe what's coming up. And if any thoughts start to come up, any to-do lists, any memories, just give yourself permission to let go. Just say, I'm doing my yin. I'm in my body. I'll come back to that later. Counting the breaths is a great tool as well. And then gently in your own time, slowly, super, super slow. The coming out is where it's like the masseuse has had a thumb in that spot, and you let go, and that flush of blood pushes through and down. Take a rebound. Let's all do a lie down on our back or belly now. It's quite strong, energetic work we've just done there. Slowly lie yourself down, super, super slow, and let that full flush of energy release down. It will feel quite creaky, cranky, a little bit aged coming out, and you're probably feeling quite a lot going up in and out of the arms. Maybe the knees and the feet from the toe stretch as well. Just feel the energy. Allowing the body to just reset itself, find its home. Then when you're ready, you can stay there a little longer. If you're still feeling a lot and you need a little longer, it's quite nice. Again, the magic of being at home is you can really honor how your body is responding. You can come out early, you can stay in a bit longer. There is no limit to what you can do. Slowly, we're going to roll up. So a new pose now. We haven't really put these two together before, I don't think. So this is a bit more awkward because we're going to give you an option of legs extended and then an eagle arm. So I'm going to do eagle arm, wrap my elbows. Now, for some of you, leaning forward and dropping onto something, so a book or a block, there are only a couple of pounds on Amazon. Honestly, I definitely recommend getting one. Or if you can lean forward, you could use your bolster. If you can't do both with the legs extended and the arm, choose which one you want to do. So if you want to just get into the inner thigh, so liver and gallbladder, then you can just do this one without the wrap of arms. If you want to just do the wrap of arms, come back to a seated. Again, lean against the wall or your couch if you need to. So this is yogi's choice. One or the other or both together. And again, just feeling into this. There's a lot going on. We're really opening and stretching that area in between the shoulder blades. Again, super tense here as well. This is known as the area of the back door of the heart. So what are we holding here? Again, we can offer maybe forgiveness, let go of any resentment. Remembering that resentment and anger and fear are often held at the back of the body, so the kidneys especially. So opening up these areas, these deeper layers, these tissues can bring up things. Giving yourself the opportunity just to let it go, giving them no energy. A few more breaths here. And then slowly, really slowly, Just let those arms open out. You might just take a stretch up and just look up. Just pull up pelvic floor slightly. If you try to straddle on that side or you don't want to do it for the second side, then that's fine. Then swap sides. And I always go back to do the same one. Reminding yourself, if you're doing the straddle with the legs out, not to tense the toes or the knees. Let all the muscles just relax. Melt down into the mat. There's a feeling of surrender. And just notice how this side is feeling. Are you feeling more on the left shoulder or the right? Maybe you're leaning more to the left buttock or the right. Where's your tight spots? See if you can just work into them. The back's a bit tight, then just come up. Just don't lean too far forward for too long. And then gently, slowly, 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 open the arms. Bring your legs in if they're in. Again, you might just stretch out. We're going to come onto the floor, and quite a nice one after that. Take your rebound, roll yourself down. And again, that sigh, that yawn. Feel the corners of the shoulder blades, stretch your legs out now as wide as you can. And we're going to give you the option now to go into pinnacle, which is star shape. Now you can keep your arms by the side, or if you have enough room, do a big star impression on the floor. And it just feels really nice. Opening up heart center, letting go of any tension locked on the knees, the groin area, the glutes. Just breathe into your belly. Nice, gentle ballooning. We're filling up our energy bank, that lower dantian. Maybe 10 nice breaths here. And if you feel you could fall asleep, that's the ultimate place. Deep, deep relaxation. The body's gone into total rest and digest mode. Oh, I really didn't want to come out of that one. Gently bring your knees into center. You can just hang out there a little bit longer if you really enjoyed that, like I did. Take your time. And then roll yourself up. Okay, now what we're going to try and do is a forward fold option, a bed pillow, a bolster under the knees. If you haven't got one, you can do it without. Now, again, with any forward fold, if you've got any lower back issues, just pop a little cushion under your seating bones. This is just going to tilt your pelvis so you don't put any pressure on your lower back. So we're going to do a really nice caterpillar, and the option by bending the knees a bit more is some of you might be able to touch your feet. Don't worry if you can't, and take your hands over. like a bow, opposite arm. Now, this is a bit more intense. You might need something under your head, or if you're like me, hamstrings super tight, then and maybe a bit more cushioning under the knees. Yeah. So take your time, soften in, and it's just explore it. You might not even touch anywhere near the feet. You might be just at the heels or near the knees on a crisscross. I quite like to put a block under my head. It's up to you. So very much kidney meridian now, going all the way up the back of the legs and up through the spine, as well as that big piece of fascia. Then try to soften the belly, let your belly become like marshmallow. Again, just exploring. How is that feeling? You can let go of the arms after a while if you feel you've done too much. Just bring them in a little bit. Just relax the head or support the head. Try to relax the toes. Let your feet fall in or fall out, whatever they naturally do. And some of you might have that super flexibility that after a while you don't need the bolster. And you'll just gently pull it out. If you found that spot, then just hang out there. How is that feeling? Is there anything coming up for you? Any tension? How is the lower back responding? Few more breaths. Now, if you've wrapped your arms round, slowly peel the torso. Bring the arms in and just hold the spine upright, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Feel the length of the spine. Again, you might want to just counterpose a little bit there. Just gently lean back and just slowly now take that little back bend and look up slightly, tongue resting on the top teeth or the roof of the mouth. Draw the chin into chest and then take your rebound. You could do a child's pose. You could lie on your back. You could lie on your belly. Often when we've done a flexion of spine, as we've just done, it might be nice just to do your rebound on your back. But you choose. It's no right or wrong. Whatever feels neutral for you. Again, just releasing the legs out, letting the arms drop out to the side. You're holding no tension or resistance. Breathing into the belly. Then when you feel ready, you can gently bring the heels in and then just give those knees a little massage, a little back into the lower back, just massage here. We're going to do one more flexion. I know these ones are tough. Slight different variation here now. Again, I don't think we've done this one before. Sitting on a block or a bolster or a pillow. Stretch your legs in front. And then you're going to see how it feels to wrap your arms now like you're giving yourself a hug and then dropping it on the block. Now, if you haven't got a block or a book or anything that you can lean on, lie flat on your back and do this lying down on your back. The idea is that we're just now hugging, giving ourselves a big hug. Option is to extend the legs. Now, if you're on a hard floor like I am, that's really uncomfortable for my heels. So just adjust yourself, move around, grab your blanket and make sure you've got extra cushioning. The idea is to sit up on it something. It just gives a slightly different dimension. See how it feels to do that. Your legs don't have to be too far out. And then just relax the knees, the dominant leg muscles. And breathe into the kidneys. So a few new poses today that we haven't done. Just trying out some different things, keeping the body guessing. Feel slightly different sensations maybe coming up. And this dropping of head forward is a really nice way of just releasing all those neck muscles and really lengthening out those vertebrae of the neck. Few more breaths. Same thing, just pull up through pelvic floor, just gently roll up. Gently, gently. Take your time. Oh, yeah, that was really intense. Quite different sitting on something, I noticed that one. I quite liked trying something different. The straddle with the legs out can be quite challenging. Take your time, take a rebound, and you could just sit up. Take a child's pose or lie on your back, however energetically that felt for you. Then honor your reset, your rebound. So coming into the shoulders a little bit more, there's two options here. We're going to give you like an extended child's pose. coming on to the fingertips and then gently reaching down. Or if you have a wall, you can bring your hands onto the wall and you can gently lean into the wall, stretching in. Just see how that feels for you. A nice wide span. It's quite challenging, this one. You'll feel like you're doing a bit of a wall press up. So then again, you might just want to adapt and just be less by bending the knees. If not, all else fails, just do a melting heart on the floor where you drop your head and walk your fingertips a little bit further forward. Bottom, yeah, is roughly over the knees, but you might be sitting more back in a child's pose, and that's okay. If your body naturally went there, let it do it. As long as you can feel the stretch from the shoulders all the way down the arms, relax them away from ears. So you might have a slight bend in those elbows. Again, just giving yourself that permission to find the tension, the knot. A few more breaths here. You might even sit back into child's pose and just wrap the arms round and just hang out here for about 10 breaths. Turning the palms up. And then when you're ready in your own time, coming down onto your backs, we're going to do a nice reclined butterfly. Now, if you haven't got a bolster, you can just do this flat on the floor. If you've got a couple of books or blocks, then we're going to take the feet together and do a butterfly, reclined butterfly. So it's up to you. If you've got the bolster, then you can use it. If you haven't got one, you can just lie on your mat. Gently peel yourself down on the bolster, one vertebrae at a time. If you've got one, grab your blocks under the thighs and then just lean back. If it's too much of a back extension, pop something else under your head. And then just take your time here. A really nice way to open heart center, a nice external rotation of the hips. We're going to hang out here for about 5 minutes. So take your time to get into that place, arms overhead or by the side or even resting on belly. Notice how your lower back is responding. Is it enjoying that back extension, or would you prefer to be flat on the floor? You could just sit up and do seated butterfly if you prefer as well. The lower back is just talking to you way too much. That's okay too. We'll just go back to a flexion. But it's nice to do an extension. So honor how your body is feeling. Is this too much? Too little? or just right. Just observe that flow of breath. Again, giving yourself permission just to let go. Let go of any worries, any concerns, anything that you're locked and holding in the body unintentionally. Give yourself permission just to melt it away. Leave it here on the mat. Things that are out of our control, or even having the need to try and control. Let the universe just do its magic. It's all about bringing the body into that zone where it can repair, rejuvenate, and realign. Now, in your own time, you're going to slowly exit out, and that may mean chin to chest and roll on your side, or gently peel yourself up. Move your bolster out of the way and take your lovely rebound. We're going to then come into the second part, which is a little yoga nidra. So you could maybe get your blanket or your cushions ready, your eye pillow, or light your little candle, just again just to bring a bit of a symbolic meaning to your practice. So as you settle, finding that optimum place to be, you could even be lying on your bed. So this is a yogic sleep, and it's a calming, relaxation practice. It's highly effective, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that controls rest and digestion, as we mentioned earlier on. And to enter a state of ultimate relaxation, through Yoga Nidra, you can access a realm of consciousness that exists between waking and sleeping, combining an alert awareness of mind with total relaxation of the body. It is a practice where science and spirit meet, working together to relieve the tension and stress that can keep us up at night, while often improving the quality of your sleep. So just settle in And just give yourself permission now, just even repeating to yourself, I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. You'll be listening to my voice, and anytime the mind gets distracted, just bring yourself back to my voice. Begin using your breathing to create a relaxing experience. Slowly breathe all the way in and all the way out. And each time you breathe, feel where the breath is coming from. Each time you breathe out, begin releasing any tightness or tensions you may have. Tightness may be in the form of physical tension, mental confusion, or emotional distress. Just let it all clear away each time you exhale, like clouds disappearing. Now take your attention to your feet. Take a nice big breath in and feel them softening and relaxing each time you breathe out. Slowly and easily. And the next time you breathe in, let your awareness fill your legs. And when slowly breathing out, allow your calves, your knees, and your thighs to continue releasing and relaxing, letting go more and more each time you breathe out. Wrap your awareness around your hips. Breathe in deeply and feel them soften as you breathe out, sinking and settling down slowly and easily. Float your attention to your back and breathe in, and as you breathe out, feel the tension in your back dissolve, letting go more and more each time you breathe out. Surround your shoulders with your awareness. Like a comforting cloak, breathe in and feel them softening as you breathe out, releasing the tightness and the soreness, soothing your shoulders with your slow and easy breathing. And let this relaxed feeling begin flowing down around your shoulders, soothing your arms and hands with peace and quiet. Become aware of the mouth. Breathe in and unclench the teeth. Let the lips part slightly as you continue breathing gently and softly. Let the nose and cheeks smooth out. Allowing the eyes and forehead to soften. Imagine letting your pores open up and breathe. Feeling yourself releasing and expanding. And as you relax deeper and deeper, the peacefulness reminds you of a quiet, personal sanctuary. An extremely comfortable and safe place where you feel surrounded with exactly what you need. Bring it alive by using all your senses. This is a special place to feel protected, safe, and understood. And where you can spend some time getting to know the real you. The person you were meant to be, and feeling safe to be who you really are, and fully capable of finding answers to your questions. Treat yourself to some time to explore this special feeling and space. And after a while, allow your attention to come back to your breath, feeling more wholesome and real, and feeling your energy improving with each breath. Now, the joy of being at home is you can hang out here and enjoy this space. And I'll keep the music on a little longer so you can just be where you need to be. Thank you for joining me.